so the people can get an opportunity
There it is.
to read the monster. And in the monster, we must always know that, guess what? There's a thin line between doing good or doing bad. So if we are not focused on the positive, we ourselves can become that monster. We don't want to be that monster. Okay? So you can all, you're here, you'll have an opportunity to get that book, the book, and you can see the monster and read the monster for yourself. This is called bipolar. Yes, and I'm going to do this one. Yes. One day at a time, see Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, is the song she sings to comfort her heart and to cushion the burden of the reality that her baby is no longer in the flesh. And each morning when she rises and her eyes are open, it brings pain knowing that she adds another figure to the days. Knowing that she adds another figure to the days since he was brutally taken away by a cold, cold heart. Hold a second.
Take your time, baby. Take your time, baby.
This is a natural moment, you know, because, you know, when other people go through stuff, we have to empathize. That's what's going to make the difference between us and AI. I and I was here before AI.
Yes, I.
Yeah?
Yes, I.
And that is what makes us real. We can feel for other people.
Yes, I.
The time will come when we will want to see a drop of tear. Because computer and robot can't take care of themselves. They program them from people. So we must always know about our role and know about our duty. I and I was here before AI. And the ability to cry, to feel for others, sympathy, empathy is key. That is what makes us who we are. Yeah. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Mr. Clacken, this is for you. Mr. Clacken, the Clacken family. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, is the song she sings to comfort her heart and to cushion the burden of the reality that her baby is no longer in the flesh. And each morning when she rises and her eyes are open, it brings pain knowing that she adds another figure to the days since he was brutally taken away by a cold, cold, cold heart. So she's committed to adding and accumulating the amount of time she cries. She needs closure, and her life is now the foundation of the foundation to bring awareness to those with no understanding of what bipolar disease and disorder is, and how it affects an individual or the mass population. A child, her child, ripped from her by cruel and wicked intent with no thought of reason or compassion. So the effects and the result is constant, reoccurring mourning. Longing to speak to him, hug him, to see his smile and to hear the laughter. If after Thursday, Saturdays would come, then Fridays, the day that witnessed and recorded his death, would not represent so much pain. Reminiscing on the first minutes of labor pain, giving birth that brought joy, to the last minute of horror that brought sorrow, pain that delivers no joy, but a lifetime of emptiness, and the mother's soul dream that tomorrow she'll wake up from being numb, and her child will be there, waiting to say, Mom, Mother, Plum. She shares his pics in remembrance, and for the one who changed her life, to also remember the decision made, and the moment his life became synonymous with eternal pain. While she awaits justice in the high court of men, she knows that the conscience of the one who pulled the trigger must answer to the Most High one-on-one. Mr. Clacken, can you come here just a second? And this poem is a continuation. The first part is bipolar, right? And the second part of the same poem is called Deep Earth. This is for you, Mr. Clacken, as well. A father suffers in silence as his only begotten son is taken away by violence, and no one can imagine how he feels. As a boy, it is said that grown men don't cry, so he has to be the rock in tragedy to his family. It is said that fathers are always missing, but in his case, Mr. Clacken's case, yeah, he was always there, and he had never disappeared. Yeah. A father who did not raise a menace to society, but a father who raised a father, a son who had a son, a brother, a friend, a humanitarian, a mentor, and a poet, must now suffer deep hurt and the never-ending pain because of the loss from a gunman's bullets. Yeah, we support. I stand in support with you, and I stand with mental health issues. We must know. You can clap. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Right.
There are persons out there who have mental health issues, and there are a lot of things that I didn't know until I came into contact. You know, we came in contact before that, but grief and the loss of Mrs. Lily Clacken and Mr. Tony Clacken's son, only son, yeah, it gave me an awareness to tragedy, and I realized how, you know, deeply, you know, sorrow and grief and unfortunate circumstances and situations can affect persons, yeah, and as a result, like I said, this has always been my mission, to be a part of people, yeah, to do what I can do, and this is why I'm always around youngsters, no matter who it is, and I'm imploring and I'm asking you, I am begging you, yeah, to make sure, be in touch with your neighbor, keep in touch with your neighbor, you understand, because there are persons around us, they have conditions, and they need help, yeah, sometimes they don't want to go on as well, yeah, we have persons who are medicated, they're taking their, you know, whatever they have to take to help them to cope daily. And we have no knowledge of that. Yeah, because we may tell ourselves that we are in. You know? We have our sanity. Right? But there's a thin line. Anything can happen to the brain at any time, and we find ourselves in that circumstance and that situation. So let us be there for everyone that is out there who have a mental health issue. Be there for them. Support them. Show them love. They can be our friends or family members. They are members of the earth. They are humans. So we need to be there for them. And I also have a poem in this book. And it is dedicated to my nephew, Jeremiah, who has autism. So for the community, for the people who have children, family members with autism, I'm begging you to be there for them. Be there with them and stand with them. Show them love.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Richie, thank you. Thank you, you guys. You know, we love you guys, right? Thank you. Thank you all.